You have been hemorrhaging power your entire life without ever seeing the cut. Every time you gave your words to someone who never earned them, you surrendered a piece of yourself. Every time you tried to clarify who you were to people determined to misread you, you handed them authority over your emotions. This is the lesson weak men never grasp, and powerful men never forget. Your attention is not cheap. It is the most valuable currency you possess. And yet you have been wasting it on people who would not take a single step to protect you if you collapsed in front of them. 5 centuries ago, this truth was already understood. The ruler who chases is the ruler who falls. Tonight, you are going to learn the discipline that separates rulers from servants. The cold, deliberate mastery of withholding yourself. Once you understand this, no one will ever control you again. This is the doctrine of silence, and this is why Machiavellian power never pursues. Machiavelli observed power from the shadows of Florence. He watched empires rise and disintegrate. He studied princes, clergy, generals, and traitors. He dissected authority with surgical precision, and through every observation, one law revealed itself repeatedly. The one who chases loses. The one who withdraws dominates. He did not believe in fairness. He believed in outcomes, and the outcomes always showed the same pattern. Those who rationed their presence became magnetic. Those who gave it freely became invisible. The ruler who answered every insult appeared unstable. The ruler who addressed every critic appeared insecure. But the ruler who remained silent, who allowed others to shout into nothingness, was feared. Because silence is not absence. Silence is a declaration. It declares, you are beneath my response. It declares, your existence does not justify my energy. It declares, I operate on a level you cannot access. This is why Machiavellian power embodies both the fox and the lion. The fox knows which traps are not worth entering. The lion knows which conflicts are unworthy of his strength. Most men today are neither. They chase every provocation. They bark at every distraction. They exhaust themselves for nothing. You will not be that man. Power is not loud. Power does not explain itself. Power does not justify itself. Power exists, and the world adjusts accordingly. When you master silence, you stop playing games designed by others. You design the board, and on that board, the strongest move is often no move at all. Now understand what happens inside the mind of someone you ignore. This is psychological warfare at its purest. When you deny someone acknowledgement, their nervous system enters distress. Social rejection activates the same neural circuits as physical pain. They feel pressure in their chest, tightness in their gut, restlessness they cannot escape. They replay interactions endlessly. They wake at night searching for explanations. They draft messages they never send. They rehearse conversations that will never occur. You become a phantom inhabiting their thoughts, and you achieve this without lifting a finger. The human mind cannot tolerate dismissal. We are wired for response, validation, engagement. When you deny someone this, obsession forms. They pursue harder. They alter behavior. They question their own worth, all while you remain unmoved. This is not cruelty for amusement. This is comprehension of psychological mechanics and disciplined application. Weak men beg for attention. Strong men weaponize its absence. You offer no closure. Closure is a privilege, and they did not earn it. Instead, you leave them suspended in uncertainty. The most devastating punishment is not revenge. It is irrelevance. And irrelevance is delivered through indifference. There is a difference between absence and strategic withdrawal. Absence is vulnerability. Withdrawal is dominance. You are physically present, yet emotionally inaccessible. You observe without engagement. You exist without availability. This is not an act. It is a state of being. Strategic withdrawal means choosing where your presence is invested. You do not scatter yourself across arguments, drama, or meaningless conflict. You conserve yourself like a weapon, drawn only when victory is assured. Most men become common by being constantly available. Commonness is the enemy of power. Scarcity creates value. Mystery creates gravity. Allow calls to go unanswered. Messages to remain unread. Let curiosity do what words never could. This is not emotional coldness. This is territorial protection. Your mind, energy, and attention are sovereign ground. Access is earned, never assumed. The less you give, the more they desire. The more you withdraw, the harder they pursue. You are not vanishing. You are ascending. Not everyone deserves your words. Most do not even deserve your silence. Some deserve nothing at all. Enemies, critics, and energy parasites must be erased from your attention. Responding to enemies elevates them. Ignoring them dismantles them. Critics create nothing. They scream from the sidelines while you build. Answering them shrinks you. Energy parasites drain you under the guise of familiarity. They are removed without explanation. Every reaction given to the unworthy is energy stolen from purpose. The disciplined man does not fight every battle. He selects precisely and lets the rest collapse on their own. Silence is not passive. It is the loudest assertion of authority. The greatest challenge is emotional discipline. Insults will provoke you. Disrespect will ignite you. Every impulse will demand response. This is where most men fail. Mastery is not suppression. It is transcendence. The Stoics called it apatheia, emotional invulnerability. Machiavelli called it virtù, control over self before control over others. Train through repetition. Allow emotion to rise, then pass without action. Stillness becomes instinct. The man who cannot regulate reactions is a puppet. Predictable, manipulable, weak. The man who masters indifference becomes unreachable. Insult him. Nothing happens. Betray him, you are removed. No drama, no explanation. His power is internal. Every moment of restraint strengthens the armor. Every refusal to react adds another layer of control. Eventually, nothing penetrates. All social interaction is a game of positioning. Most do not realize they are playing. They react impulsively. They overextend. They lose. The master understands that forcing others to move is dominance. When you ignore strategically, others are compelled to act. The dynamic reverses. In relationships, the one who cares less holds leverage. In negotiation, indifference signals options. In hierarchy, non-approval seeking elevates status. You do not win by capturing every piece. You win by controlling the board. The greatest trap is caring too much. When you depend on opinions, you surrender freedom. Praise controls you. Criticism destabilizes you. Machiavellian power rejects this dependency. A leader who seeks universal approval becomes powerless. Fear of disapproval leads to weak decisions. Validation addiction is the death of authority. Break the conditioning. The man who requires nothing from others cannot be controlled. And this leads to the final state. You become untouchable. Not arrogant, architected. Your presence shifts. Your gaze carries weight. Your silence communicates finality. You no longer chase attention. Attention gravitates. You no longer argue with fools. You outgrow them. This transformation is forged through restraint. Every time you choose silence, you elevate. Every time you walk away, you advance. You are not heartless. You are selective. Warmth is reserved. Energy is guarded. Purpose is protected. This is the essence of Machiavellian power. The leader who can be emotionally wounded will eventually be destroyed. The leader who requires nothing becomes unstoppable. Your mind is your territory. Your emotions are your subjects. Your attention is your gold, and you decide who enters. From this moment forward, you do not react. You respond only when it serves you. You do not explain. Results speak. You do not chase. You become worth chasing. This is sovereignty. Your reign begins now.